Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen here. On NIO, we're going to cover NIO, and we're also going to cover a little bit of this YouTube channel called Everything Money with these three individuals. They were really down on NIO for a long time, and they seem to be coming around. And the question is, have they gone from hate to love? Well, we'll see about that. All right, first of all, we're having a really good day, nice rebound. I think NIO is up quite a bit. Let's pull up the chart here. All right, yeah, NIO's up about 13% today. It's back up to $20. It has not come back up to support of 21 yet, but it is moving its way up. And really, the stock market is up quite a bit today, about 700 points in the Dow and about 300 or 400 in the NASDAQ. A lot of that has to do with the fact that oil has dropped back down quite a bit, about 10%. It may not be a total 10%, but it's come down some after just skyrocketing up to around 130. I think it's down to the teens now, like 112 or something. But that obviously has affected the stock market in general. Now, you wouldn't think that would affect NIO, which is an EV company. You would think higher gas prices would be better for it. But the reality is gas prices are like a tax. They just affect everybody. And if they take more money out of the economy, that's less money to spend on EVs or anything else. So, like I say, it's a macro issue, no doubt. But let's talk about NIO. This vehicle, the ET7, is being test driven right now, and we know we've got lots of catalysts coming out with NIO over the next little bit. You've got the Hong Kong listing, which is on the 10th, which I believe is tomorrow. And that's going to put more eyeballs on this stock and more buyers. So over time, I think that will positively affect NIO. And it also will alleviate some of the fear of delisting. I don't think delisting is going to happen. That is just my personal opinion, because I think that would be incredibly stupid, especially over something as simple as auditing. But that's years down the road. But, you know, if it does happen, there is Hong Kong sitting there ready to go. We also have the ET7 deliveries on March 28th. So those will start. I'm not over expecting on those, because realize they're going to go out slow with these things like any smart company would. You don't just flood the market with a bunch of vehicles that you haven't really completely tested. And there's going to be a little bit of testing no matter what you do with a brand new car. And that's just how it is. Until you get out in the real world and you actually put it in some customers' hands, there may be things that you never thought of that they're going to have to come back and deal with. So they're going to go out slow with probably a few hundred here and there over time, and then they'll build it up to thousands, etc. And understand this is their highest price vehicle. It will be super high end. So they're not going to sell as many as they will with like the ET5, which is coming out in September. But this is going to be a rock solid, high end, profit margin vehicle for them that they can sell all over the world over the years. So I'm not going to get caught up in the first week or two of this thing at all. But I do think it's a positive catalyst. So we do have all of that going on. But let's get to what I put in there with Everything Money. As I said, you know, I've watched these guys and they're pretty darn good at what they do. They're value investors, super conservative. I mean, this guy right here, I think his name's Paul. He's ultra conservative, and they just do value investing only with companies that are making money, basically. They want to pay for a super low price to earnings ratio. They want huge returns. They want really good returns, and they want a huge margin of safety. That's very important to them. So the fact they've come around on NIO and are considering buying it, I think is pretty stunning, because believe me, months ago, 12 months ago, they hated NIO. They were clowning on NIO like you could not believe.
Paul, you've come around on this company now that it has fallen so much. They do have growth. We'd like to say, what price are you buying NIO?
Okay, this is a lot of revenue growth. They went from no revenue in 2017 to 38, 1.3, 1.96, 5.2. But they're also growing like crazy because China's economy is growing, and a recession to China is like 5% revenue, GDP growth. And it has the fastest growing middle class in the world. This is perfect for a company like this. So I do believe that if this thing was around 10 or 12 bucks, I'd probably be looking at buying this company because I want margin of safety.
Okay, now you're not going to agree with that price, obviously, nor will I. But I can't not emphasize to you what a change in mindset for these individuals, which shows you the fundamental change of the company. because they didn't all of a sudden go from I can't stand NIO clowning on it to where, oh, well, and they do like the way the cars look, obviously, but that's not why he's interested in buying NIO. It has to do with the fundamental changes, but he covered it quite a bit in that video. But I think that's a pretty big change when you go from clowning to, oh yeah, I will buy. Now I don't think he's going to ever buy it, because this is a car company I don't think that will ever come down and become, strictly a super low priced value stock, which is what he's looking for. He's looking for something the market has missed and it's super undervalued, which is fine. That's great investing advice, by the way, if you can find it. But a company like NIO, you're probably not going to get unless you get lucky several years down the road. So anyway, we have seen this thing pop back up. And with all these catalysts, I think long term, this company and this stock price should work its way back up. By the end of the year, I would think it'd be well up in here or past this. But again, that's assuming a lot of things. That's assuming something gets worked out in Ukraine. That's just messing up the whole world and the entire market. But also that NIO continues down this path of fundamental improvement, that if a value investor is looking at it, that tells you a lot. That's just my opinion. But I am kind of surprised that these guys have they haven't done a 180, but it's kind of feels like a 180.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
That's right. I am serious. And that guy kind of reminds me of that Paul guy when he was younger. Maybe he was McEnroe back in another life. But anyway, that's NIO today. And like I said, we're having a real good day in the market, and I think that's across the board. NIO's having an extra good day, and it deserves it. It's been beat up pretty badly. But I feel good about it long term. And when I start seeing discounted value investors looking at a stock, that's a good sign. That's just my opinion. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover NIO. And if you are a value investor, check these guys out. They're good. They're pretty good. And I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor. And hit that subscribe button.